How to renew your passport in 2025, the fast and easy method. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Morii and Sam Go Global. In this video, I want to talk about how you can renew your passport in 2025. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. This channel is designed to talk all things about being a digital nomad, how you can become one, and obviously, I want to talk about the necessary steps to getting a passport. You know, what's the difference between visa and passport and things like that. So this playlist is designed to teach you all about passports, how to get one, what you should wear for your passport photos, all that good stuff. So with that being said, if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And be sure to check out the passport the passport prep checklist that will be linked in the description down below. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. If your passport is about to expire, or worse, if it has already, don't panic. Renewing your US passport in 2025 is a lot easier than what you think. So this guide, I'll walk you through exactly what you need to do, how long does it normally take, and how you can actually speed up the process, especially if you're in a rush. So first, I want to talk about who can renew a passport. So you can get your passport renewed if your passport is undamaged and it's still in your possession, if it was issued within the last 15 years, if you were 16 years or older when it was issued, and if it's in your current legal name or you have legal documents to prove a name change. So, who cannot get it renewed? You cannot get it renewed if it has been issued when you were 16 years, it cannot be renewed if it was issued when you were under 16 years of age, if it's been more than 15 years old, or if your passport has been lost, stolen, or significantly damaged. So, how can you actually renew your passport? Quick step by step. It's pretty much 4 steps. So the first step, you would need to fill out your form, the DS-82 form. So this is the official passport renewal form. So you can complete it online or print it. You would need to fill it out using black or blue ink. And don't forget, if you want to print it out and just fill it out at home, please don't forget to print it out single-sided, not both-sided. Step 2, you need to get a new passport photo. So your photo must be taken at least within the last 6 months. It needs to be with a white background, no glasses, no hats, and you need to have like a neutral expression. So where can you take a new passport photo? You can take it at Walgreens, CVS. You would need to look up what Walgreens around your area has the photo passport service. And then you can also take it from a passport photo online. They have different apps. I will list a few of them down below, but check those out. What I did is I took my photo at my local CVS, Walgreens, and it was definitely a trial and error type thing. I had to take at least 16 photos because for some reason I just couldn't get my head to fit the guidelines and stuff like that. So yeah, but either or, I know sometimes at the post office for the passport service, they will have a camera that you can take right there at the appointment or the walk-in. But if you really want to save time and really have the application go smooth for you when you go in person, I suggest already just going to CVS, going to Walgreens, and getting your passport taken there. Well, your passport photo taken there. Okay? All right. Step 3, you need to make sure that you pay the passport renewal fee. The standard renewal fee is $130, and then you can add an extra $60 for the expedited service, and then you can also pay via check or money order or in card. It just depends on your location, and you'll pay it to the U.S. Department of State. So most places don't accept cash. I know some places don't accept credit card either, but I live in Texas and my local post office accepted a card. All right. So once you get your payment and you fill out, your form, you take your passport photo, then you would need to mail in everything. So that would include, obviously, your DS-82 form, your old passport, your new passport photo, and pointer here, when you send in your passport photo, be sure to staple it with a vertical stapler. Don't tape it on, okay? And you also want to include your payment. And then from there, you'll send it to the USPS with tracking. Always want to make sure that you keep track of your tracking so you know where your package is at. So there's two types of where you can send it to. You can either do the routine, which is, standard, takes a little bit longer, anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks, or you can do the expedited, which takes anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks, which is an extra $60. Okay. So yeah, that's normally how long it takes. If you're wondering as far as the processing time, again, I will repeat it again. For routine, that's anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks. Expedited is anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks, and you can add an extra $60. You can also have your processing time. It depends, but if you have an in-person emergency appointment, those are normally available for urgent travelers within 14 days. So if you want to skip the paperwork and just track yourself, I recommend using iVisa. iVisa is a trusted service for passport renewals and global visa applications. I will link a link in the description for iVisa. Okay, so what are some common mistakes that causes delays? Here are a few that you can avoid to get your passport fast and, frustration free. A big common mistake is people submitting an old photo or one that doesn't meet the requirements. Another common mistake is folks forgetting to actually sign their form, the DS-82 form. Another common mistake is using the wrong payment method and not stapling the photo correctly and not using a trackable mail. So, what are some pro tips for a smooth renewal? First one is to renew early. Don't wait to the last minute. Don't wait to the last few months, because you never know what can happen. The unseeables. So always the earlier the better. And you want to set a calendar alert 9 months before your next expiration date. And then you want to get a passport organizer or a travel wallet. I will leave a link in the description below to my passport organizer that I have. But you want to keep your documents safe, and you just want to keep all your docs safe for future trips. So keep a binder, keep a designated binder that has all your important documents. And then you want to make sure that you download our free checklist to make sure that you don't miss a step. So you can find that in the description down below. And I also have a few useful resources that you can check out. We have the DS-82 passport renewal form. I'll leave a link in the description for that. I also have my recommended passport photo online software that you can use. And You can also check out the iVisa Fast Renewal Service, and I have a Amazon list of things of like passport covers and travel wallets that I feel would be useful for you as well. So with that being said, when it comes to the final thoughts, renewing your passport in 2025 doesn't have to be complicated, whether if you're preparing for a international adventure or you're just staying ready. Now is the time to check your expiration date and follow the steps to keep your travel goals on track. So again, if you found this helpful, be sure to share it with your family, friends, and leave a comment with your experience. And if you're planning on traveling soon, then be sure to check out the Ultimate Travel Prep playlist, which I have in the link listed in the description. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.